Hello and welcome to part 3 of my Gamera-A-Thon. Last time around we saw how the second movie in the series not only introduced another monster for Gamera to fight, but also broke from the formula established in the first movie by getting rid of the child character and having a darker look while still being weird and silly. So did the series continue along in this direction? Of course it didn't. From this entry forward, the Kennys would be back with a vengeance, and the films would be geared more and more towards small children, trends that would continue for the rest of the original series. As a Godzilla fan, I'd like to say that that series wouldn't stoop to such tactics, but who am I kidding? They were pretty much doing the same thing at this time. But hey, the movie begins with some volcano stock footage, so maybe it'll be educational at least.
Violent eruption of submerged volcano. All vessels and planes in the vicinity are warned to take every precaution.
Hey, forget about the planes. I want to know if there's any danger of them destroying Epcot here. Oh, wait, I guess it's some kind of press conference for people in lab coats. Alright, well, as long as I don't have to count how many there are at the end.
Oh, Dr. Quo. The earthquake must have been quite intense according to the seismograph.
According to the seismograph, they appear to still be going on. You might want to reschedule this press conference. I sure hope these reporters are able to get some answers.
Disturbances from south to north, Doctor? That suggests other volcanoes may erupt?
I'll make you a deal. I'll answer that question when you decide to ask it in your real voice.
That suggests other volcanoes may erupt?
That is an exercise in logic.
An exercise in logic, a phrase never once used to describe a Gamera movie. I should mention that I'm not using the Sandy Frank dub that was used on Mystery Science Theater 3000, both out of respect for the show and to frustrate people who keep asking me to use the Sandy Frank dubs. And I don't know what everyone's afraid of, it's just my 6th grade science project. Pretty soon Gamera shows up, which means the movie's Kenny isn't far behind. Alright, what's this kid's name?
Itchy! It's time for you to come home!
Itchy. You know, because he's irritating and won't go away no matter how much you want him to. And you know what? Screw it. He's a Kenny, so I'm calling him Kenny. What? It's not like the kid bothered to get Gamera's name right.
Gamera!
Some scientists fly up in a helicopter to observe Gamera, but enough about him. Let's get to the real plot of this movie. The main human storyline involves a company trying to build a roadway nearby, but it's being held up by some local villagers who refuse to sell their land. The CEO of Evil Expressway Corporation does not look pleased.
Neither Fujiyama's eruption nor Gamera is any reason to delay the work on the road. So quit looking for excuses and get rid of those landowners or you're out of a job.
Jesus, there's an active volcano and Gamera nearby and they still have to go to work? These guys really need a better union. I sure hope the scientists are having more luck birdwatching from a helicopter. And that's why you never aim a laser pointer at a helicopter. What could possibly be behind this tragedy?
All we can say now is that the eruption had nothing to do with it. And probably not Gamera either.
It wasn't Gamera?
Of course not. Gamera doesn't send out rays.
Yeah, dummy, he's a giant fire-breathing turtle that shoots rockets out of his shell. Something like that couldn't possibly shoot rays, doy. The villagers continue to obstruct the roadway on the orders of the village elder, who I think is Japanese Wilford Brimley.
We can hold out the more we can get for our land. The last chance for us poor folks to get rich and live like samurai.
Damn small-town peasants, always trying to take big business for all they're worth. Also, if you want to live like a samurai, just buy a katana on eBay. You can get one for like $30. The road's probably not going to get finished anyway, considering Japanese Bulk and Skull are working on it. These two are the movie's comic relief, and I think the skinny one might actually be Rain Man.
Looks like a hurricane went through it.
Hurricane looks like an earthquake.
Yeah, must have been an earthquake. Yeah, definitely an earthquake. I don't know why these guys are so determined to build the expressway in the first place. They live in Japan. It's just gonna get destroyed by a giant monster. The workers get distracted when they see a mountain that apparently holds the secret of the ooze.
Smell anything?
Oh sure, blame the fat guy.
I've heard it said that a gold ore vein occasionally gives off a strong smell.
Does it also give off a glowing green light? 'Cause if not, it's probably not gold. And who the hell is this guy? I don't think I like the vibe this guy's giving off.
That was naughty. You know that.
Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but run, Kenny! Cameraman Molesty Pants convinces Kenny to show him the cave where the green light is coming from, despite the fact that this face indicates he is not a friend to the children. These two better not find the Tommyknockers in this cave, because I do not have 4 hours to spare. Oh, good, there's just an earthquake in there.
I'm scared, mister! I'm scared! Help!
Aren't you glad Kenny's back for this movie? Yeah, run from him all you want to, pal, but in a Gamera movie, the only escape from a Kenny is through the sweet relief of death, which for this guy is not too far away. This is the movie's villain, Gyaos, who kinda looks like Rodan if he got an anvil dropped on his head. Gyaos is considered to be Gamera's greatest enemy, kinda like how Ghidra is considered Godzilla's nemesis. And just why is he considered Gamera's greatest enemy? Well, he's the only Gamera villain to star in more than one movie, so I guess he kinda gets that title by default.
It'll kill that poor child.
Yeah, if we're lucky, but wherever there's a child in danger, there's Gamera. Alright, it's gonna be pretty hard to top Barugon's crazy powers from the last movie, but let's see what Gyaos can do. A laser. Not as crazy as a death rainbow, but still very effective. Fortunately, Gamera has the power of, hiding, I guess?
Hi, Kiva!
Whoa, careful with those flames, Gamera. We only have the one Gyaos costume and we need it for the rest of the movie. And you're shit out of luck, Gyaos. Gamera's the only monster who kidnaps children around here. Please tell me he just drops him in the volcano.
Commander's got the boy on his back!
Hey, don't worry, he's just taking him to Neverland Ranch. Nothing bad's gonna happen there, that's just ignorance. Kenny gets rescued via Ferris wheel, and I'm not sure what these newspapers say, but I'm just gonna assume they're about Kenny's parents suing Gamera for child endangerment.
Gyaos sent out a green ray. He was really angry, and it hit Gamera's hand.
Hey, take it easy, kid. I'll recap the plot points in the movie, okay?
You referred to the new monster as Gyaos, did you not?
I named it that 'cause that's the kind of noise it makes.
Well, plus that is the title. The army debates what to do about Gyaos, but fortunately they have some important info. Seriously, they somehow know pretty much everything there is to know about Gyaos.
Will you explain the rays Gyaos sends out, which have a potential of energy greater than anything we know?
We have gathered data on that.
How? You saw him once for a couple of minutes. Not only do they know that Gauss's beam is caused by supersonic rays, but they also have detailed knowledge about his anatomy.
The answer is a hypothesis based on deduction.
So bullshit, then. They also figure out that Gyaos can't turn his head, although you only need to take one look at his costume to figure that out. The army tries sending some planes to bomb the mountain where Gyaos is sleeping, but just like me, Gyaos hates it when people bother him at home. Now, if you're wondering why Gamera isn't also trying to get rid of Gyaos, it's because he's busy taking care of his boo-boo at the bottom of the ocean. At least that's the official story. I think he's actually just trying to avoid Kenny here.
Gamera! Hurry and get well again! Gamera!
Ugh, leave me alone, will you, kid? I'm trying to enjoy my soak here.
Oh man, I had a dream I was ruining a Japanese monster movie. Ugh. And this seems like a bad time for the invaders from Mars to show up.
What's happening? Ghost is coming out. I'll go and see.
Ichi!
No, Ichi. Go to bed now.
You should probably evacuate. I'm just saying. Is there anything else going on? Okay, well, he's not whining for Gamera to save him, so whatever, I'll take it.
Might as well go. Can't buy any milk here.
And it's 4 minutes to Wapner. Gotta see Wapner. You know, I just realized that these two are missing something. Here, I'll fix it.
You blame Gyaos. You wrote something on the plane. Gyaos would never have waked up if you hadn't disturbed his sleep. So you two get off my land! Right now! And don't come back!
In other news, it looks like Japan's being attacked by a gigantic woman. Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Hey, be careful.
Yeah, they need those models for later in the movie. Okay, they spent a bunch of time setting up the plotline about the villagers resisting the expressway. Something's gotta be happening there, right?
Maybe it's better to sell the land and take the cash.
There's an active volcano and 2 giant monsters running around. Why the hell haven't you done that already? I really don't think you're gonna get a better price if you hold out here. It doesn't matter since the construction crew ends up leaving anyway, probably because, you know, there's a giant monster around. The only ones who stay behind are the foreman and the comic relief duo here.
We're not scared of that Gyaos or any old monster.
Okay, to be fair, Kenny's are a lot scarier than Gyaos. Oh, and remember earlier when I said the scientists already knew everything about Gyaos? Well, turns out there's a few things they didn't know.
You're forgetting about Gyaos.
You needn't worry. He never comes out of his cave in the daytime.
I would ask how he knows that for sure, but I'm really curious about how the scientists knew he had 2 spinal cords but didn't notice he was never around in the daytime. So armed with that knowledge, what are they gonna do about it?
Are there big flares that can light up the countryside as bright as daytime?
There is the AGIL anti-guerrilla flare.
We were going to use it on King Kong, but I guess we could use it here. There's only one thing that can stop Gyaos now, lamps? Well, the last monster was defeated by water, so I guess this weakness isn't that stupid in comparison. Besides, the lamps don't even work since Gyaos just comes out of the mountain anyway and immediately breaks wind. Yeah, I bet you wish you were the fat one now, don't you? And when is the Japanese military going to learn? You don't bring tanks to a laser fight. That's just common sense. I mentioned before how Gamera seemed to have something against renewable energy, and now it looks like Gyaos has a vendetta against public transportation. Oh, and humanity in general, I guess.
Let's turn back. He must be miles away.
Yeah, or right in front of you. I know he's easy to miss. I will give Gyaos credit, even though he slices this car in half, he does leave the engine intact, so I guess he's not a total asshole. Gamera comes in to try and stop Gyaos, but even when he's trying to help, he can't resist blowing shit up. You know, in Japan, they really go all out for their halftime shows. And in addition to shooting lasers, it appears Gyaos lactates poison. I would say that's a weird power, but again, death rainbow. Gyaos appears to have the upper hand, but things turn around when the sun starts to come up and Gamera decides to fight dirty and start biting. Gyaos gets away, but maybe his foot'll bring them good luck next time.
They've gotten smaller.
Look, the water's really cold, okay? It's a totally normal thing. Leave them alone.
But when I first saw them, they were 3 times this size.
We'll run a full analytical test. We might learn something.
What else is there to learn? You already seem to know everything about Gyaos without even trying. They learned Gyaos is allergic to sunlight, which I could have sworn they already knew, but Gyaos can also heal himself within minutes. Looks like they're gonna need a clever plan to get rid of him.
If we could construct portable ultraviolet projectors, we could attack and destroy it.
Theoretically, your idea is sound enough, but in practice it wouldn't work.
Ah, come on. You could at least try killing him with a giant tanning bed. Even if it doesn't work, you might still give him skin cancer. And what the hell is Kenny doing here? Do military bases in Japan just not have any security? Oh well, let's concentrate on trying to defeat Gyaos.
The way to immobilize Gyaos is to make him so dizzy he can't move.
Of course! Wait, what? So no joke, their idea for defeating Gyaos involves spinning him around until he's so dizzy he can't fly away when the sun comes out. And they plan to do this by rigging up a spinning restaurant with a special platform and bait to lure him onto it. Why was the ultraviolet projector a bad idea again?
The projector simply wouldn't be large enough to be effective.
You're making a restaurant into a giant spinning bird bath. You're telling me you couldn't make a giant light bulb? We also learned that Gyaos is attracted to human blood, so between that and being allergic to sunlight, he's like some sort of giant vampire-pterodactyl. Vampire-dactyl. Why do I get the feeling I just thought of the next Asylum movie? Alright, they've got the platform ready, so it's time to commence Operation...
Operation Merry-Go-Round has started.
Oh look, the movie's coming up with silly operation names for me. And that's pretty clever. They're immobilizing Gyaos by getting him high off blood fumes. Now, I should probably tell you that at this point in the movie, it gets a little silly.
Switch! Contact! Increase rate of rotation!
Whoa, these fumes are kicking in, man. It's like I'm spinning. Unfortunately for humanity, Operation Merry-Go-Round doesn't prove as devastatingly effective as its name would suggest.
Gyaos has won. Science's last strategy for destroying the monster has been a total failure.
If only Gamera was here.
Yeah, where the hell is Gamera? You know, we're only 3 movies in, and already I'm noticing a bit of a pattern here. A new monster is introduced, Gamera and the new monster fight, Gamera gets his ass kicked, the humans make a wacky scientific solution to defeat the new monster which doesn't work, Gamera comes back and beats the monster. The filmmakers are going about this all wrong. Name one movie series that follows the same formula that's actually successful. Okay, I get it, shut up! The hell? The villagers trying to get money for their land plotline is still a thing? Just cut your losses and get out of there already.
They're changing the course of the road.
Oh, that's incredible. Why would they do that?
Because Gyaos? And that is a terrible drawing of a Koopa Troopa, Kenny.
How could we call Gamera? We could make a forest fire. Gyaos hates fire. And you know Gamera loves it.
You just want an excuse to burn things, don't you, kid? But what's this? Looks like Kenny gave Grandpa an idea.
Start a forest fire?
Yes. You may not agree, but I think the gods sent Gyaos to chastise our people. There's only one thing left to do, to clean our souls of sin.
Oh, great. He's gone from Wilford Brimley to Japanese Pat Robertson. All I know is he better not blame Gyaos' rampage on gay people. So the new plan is to start a giant forest fire and hope that kills Gyaos, I guess? Hey, I got an idea. How about you make a giant beer bong and get Gyaos so drunk he passes out? It's not like that's any less wacky than Operation Merry-Go-Round. You could even make a giant Sharpie and draw a dick on his face. Unfortunately, they didn't count on Gyaos' magic fire extinguisher nipples.
What an incredible power!
I don't know. After Baragon's death rainbow, he's gonna have to shoot something a lot weirder than that out of his nipples in order to impress me. So what hope do they have of stopping Gyaos now?
Ah! Gamera!
Hey everybody, I'm still in this movie. You're going down, Gyaos. You may have got me last time, but now— oh, son of a bitch.
Gyaos gets the upper hand in the fight when he starts picking Gamera up and dropping him. Man, Gamera's strategy of forgetting he can also fly is really not going well. But you know what they say, if you can't beat him, fight like a dirty bastard. Because Gyaos can't turn his head, Gamera realizes the only way to avoid his laser and poison nipples is to take him from behind. Oh. That's not quite what I meant, but whatever works. Also, I guess all monsters have grape juice for blood. Now, you may expect Gamera to defeat Gyaos by letting the sun come up and kill him, but actually he kills him by throwing him into the volcano. This begs the question, why the hell didn't he just do that in the first place? But never mind Gyaos, what about the expressway?
They are starting work again on the expressway tomorrow.
Are they changing the course?
No, those were just idle rumors.
Yay! They're gonna build the expressway through your village! Which I guess you all want now. And so Gamera flies off into the sunset and away from Kenny. Gamera vs. Gyaos was where the formula for the original Gamera series really solidified. While I don't enjoy it as much as Baragon, this is still one of the better entries in the original series. It does have the dubious distinction of bringing Kenny back, but to the movie's credit, he doesn't completely take over the movie like in some later entries. Another problem I have is that the expressway plotline really doesn't go anywhere interesting, and it could have easily been removed. But Gyaos is a decent monster, and the movie doesn't use flashbacks and stock footage extensively like the later movies soon would. It's definitely not a monster movie classic, but if you're in the mood for some silly monster movie fluff, it's fairly entertaining. But brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because with the next movie, we really go deep into the Gamera rabbit hole. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
Oh, Itchy, I've told you 100 times.